Welcome back, guys. My name is Luthais, and yes, this is just a video to give you all the settings of Survival Evolved, the server that I wiped on the 1st of December. So yeah, if anyone ever asks you what the settings are on Survival Evolved, just link them this video. Okay, so I'll just go over the settings with you guys quickly. If you ever want the default settings of a server, you can find it on the internet, or you can just search a video where they show you how to get to your single player server settings INI file. Okay, you can delete that INI file, restart the game, and then go back into that INI file, and those will be the default, the newest default settings. Okay, so let's just go through the settings here. Okay, so nothing about the blueprint auto destroy time has been changed. The default's 15 days. I'm fine with that. Time to remain in game after leave, I feel 60 seconds is fine. I do sometimes when I quit Scum is still running in the background. Okay, so then I either just press Control Delete to end the Scum process, or I just quit Steam. As soon as you want to exit Steam, it will tell you Scum is still running, and then you just say end, end now, and then you can just re-enter Steam if you don't want to press Control Delete. Okay. Max allowed zombies, the default is 64. I used to have this very high, like 300 or 400, but because I'm planning on filling the server up, if you make this number too high, it will affect server performance. Okay. And the server can at some point have 300 puppets actively that have spawned, because if everyone on the map is at a spot where there's a lot of puppets, then all the server is reading all 300 puppets at the same time. So this number is much better, because if all 129 puppets have spawned, then other people, where other people go, puppets won't spawn there. Okay, but I mean, that's not going to happen a heck of a lot, but at least it gives you a gap. Okay, if the server is extremely busy, you could be the lucky one, okay, that goes into an area and you don't see any puppets. Makes it a little bit more random, but again, for server performance. Okay, max allowed animals evolved is 25. Again, Survival Evolved is focused on survival and PvE threats, combined with great PvP action, and then good for new players. Good for new players as well. Okay, so 25 birds, 25 animals, 10 birds. I've disabled drones because I've heard that they do affect FPS. Okay, and they are buggy at the moment. And yes, they can point out campers, but at the end of the day, guys, you don't have a drone above you all the time. Okay, so yeah, I've just decided to take them out completely. This is quite, self-explanatory. If everyone's outside, I still want 129 puppets to be able to spawn. If everyone is, inside a building, like if I make this, like if I split this like 40, 40, and 40, then, when everyone is like indoors, only 40 puppets can spawn. So as soon as people have spawned in 40 puppets indoors, no one else is going to get puppets indoors. Okay, so that is why you always make these numbers the same as this. These numbers don't change this number. It just means, doesn't matter where you are, a total amount of 129 puppets can always spawn. Okay, and the default 64, guys, so this is fine. The exterior pawn multiplier is how many puppets spawn at a puppet spawn location. Instead of 1, it's 3. Okay, so at every single exterior spawn location, 3 puppets will spawn if that spawner activates. I'll never put the interior pawn modifier higher than 1, because in bunkers, a problem starts happening that the puppets are teleporting through walls a lot more. And then in the big city, because so many of them spawn in buildings, there isn't space in the room for another puppet to spawn, and then they spawn on the roofs. Okay, so if you see a lot of puppets on roofs, it's because the server owner just put this up too high. Okay, and then wild puppets is in the forest, guys. There's a heck of a lot of space in the forest. No weird things are going to happen in the forest. So that's why this multiplier is on 5. Okay. Yeah, just to give that zombie feeling. Okay, just to add to the PvE threat. Exterior spawning probability is the percentage chance that a puppet spawn point is going to activate. Now, in official servers, this is only 30 for exterior and 30% for interior. That's why a vanilla server will feel very dead to some people, or not. They will feel like there's almost no PvE threat, is because there's only a 30% chance for any of the puppet spawn points to activate when you enter that area. That's why you'll get into a lot of areas and there's no puppets there, okay? Now, I used to have this at 100%, but, just to make it not the same every single time, okay? So the fact that other people on the server could have spawned all the puppets, and then you come into an area that creates unpredictability, okay? And the fact that you're not guaranteed that a puppet will always spawn. 1 out of 5 times a puppet is not going to spawn in its spawn point, So the day you're extremely lucky is when you enter a bunker and no puppets, that's when you've hit the jackpot, when you enter a bunker and no puppets have spawned. Of course, if you see dead bodies, somebody probably killed them, but this just creates a little bit of unpredictability, and it's a little, it's like a little bit to help new players that they don't run into puppets in every single house. Exterior spawn and group cooldown is how long does the puppet take to respawn outside once you've killed it. So that's 20 minutes. How long does the puppet take to respawn when you've killed it inside a building or inside a bunker? That's 30 minutes. Okay, this is in seconds. This check-in time just means exterior and interior puppets are going to spawn immediately when you enter that zone. Wild pawn spawning check-in time is the wild puppet. So when you get into the game for the first time, like with a new character, I'm giving you 5 minutes to craft something to defend yourself, okay? Puppets aren't going to spawn on top of you, so if you just stay in the area that you spawned in, you'll be fine. But as soon as you move out of that area, within 5 minutes of you spawning into the game or coming into the game, it will take 5 minutes before the puppets in the forest start spawning, okay? Giving you a little bit of breathing room. Fame gain is normal. Disabled sentries never. Human-to-human damage multiplier. Everything is roughly the same here, except for the throwing damage. I'm not 100% sure about official servers, but if I look at Ping Perfect's default settings, the human-to-human throwing damage multiplier, okay, was on 2. I don't like people throwing stuff at each other all the time. You can still, but I'm not gonna make throwing objects at people overpowered, okay? So all the damage multipliers with PvP is times 1, except if you hit each other with fists, okay? Then it's times 2, just to make boxing matches a little bit more exciting instead of a snooze fest. Sentry damage will always be times 1, because with the new metabolism system, it doesn't really matter how hard they hit you. It's the fact that they give you C4 bleeding markers, so you're going to bleed out most of the time. So times 1, they are dangerous enough. I don't need to make them more dangerous. And then zombie damage multiplier, I wanted this on 3, but I did test the damage, and 2 is a very, very nice balance, okay? So that new players don't have a complete heart attack, and so that experienced players can still feel pressured, okay, when a few puppets attack them. And I've tested this, guys. It feels good. It feels good. Like I say, I like them hitting hard, but this is still This feels like a really, really good balance to me. Okay. Gold Zapper damage official. The only thing I did here is the electronic door unlock failure assistance. When you fail the wires in a kill box, you lose 1.5 minutes. So the default was 0.25. So it gives you time added in seconds on every consecutive failure diffusal. Yeah, it's not 0. I don't know. Is it 0.5 seconds? I don't know. But in any case, this was on 0.25. Okay. So how many ever seconds it gives you after you failed, like when you start cutting the wire, it gives you a certain amount of seconds. If you fail it and you do that same wire cut again, it's going to give you more seconds. Okay. Just to make it a little bit easier for yourself. So that was on 0.25. I put it on 0.5. Okay. So how many ever seconds they give you the second run, okay, to successfully cut the wires, they're going to give you double, those extra little seconds. So if they gave you 1 extra second, they're going to give you 2 extra seconds now. Okay, just to make it a little bit easier for the new players. Okay, and so that it's a little bit more difficult to completely break your kill box experience. Okay, and everyone's still going to struggle to get into the locks. Lock protection damage multiplier. This is your zappers on your base. This is the only thing I'm considering about changing in the future, guys, and not by a lot. I'm either changing it to 2 or I'm keeping it at 1. Okay, so I'm gonna raid people over time. Other people are gonna raid people over time, and I'm gonna do tests on the Master Series. So if I feel it's a little bit too weak, if I feel the zappers damage is a little bit too weak, then but I'll of course test everything. 1 basic zapper, 2 basic zappers, 1 medium zapper, 2 medium zappers. 1 advanced battery zapper, 2 advanced battery zappers. Okay, and then consider all those damage numbers, and so more than likely I'm keeping it at 1. Okay, it's just if I feel it's way too weak, then I'll change it to 2. Okay, but that's default. Max clan size 5. I'm not changing it. And if you guys can do me a favor, don't make any alliances. If you've got 10 guys who want to play, make 2 groups of 5 and fight each other. Keep the server exciting. You are responsible for what you want. Okay. So if you want the server to stay full, if you want everyone to enjoy themselves, don't give yourself a major unfair advantage. That's why everyone loves cheaters. Okay, they're giving themselves a major unfair advantage. Okay, which spoils the game for everyone else. So that's the same with alliances. If 2 clans or 3 clans or 5 members each join up because they don't want to hurt each other, okay, then they're going to crush everyone else on the server, and then it's just going to end up it being them with a few people that were willing to stay. Okay, but if you take the average player population, make sure that you guys don't face anyone, with more than 5 people. If you kill that person, it's very likely that his subconscious is going to tell him it's not worth coming back, because there's no way you can fight against those numbers. Okay, so think about that. I know you guys want to make it easy for yourselves. I know you guys don't like losing, but that's why I've got the channel, guys. Just think a little bit further than yourself, and then if you want the server to fill up, be an ambassador for the server. Okay, make it fun for everyone. Okay, this game is meant to be enjoyed. It's not meant for people to rage at one another. If you get raided, take it like a man. If you get killed, take it like a man. Okay, tell to the guy, well done. If somebody raided you and you don't know who raided you, take it like a man. If somebody kills you and you have a fight with him, tell him, yo, that was fun, man. Just be an ambassador. Promote what you want. At the end of the day, you want the server to be great. Be the greatness in the server. Okay. That's enough of that. Gasoline default, water settings default. I've written a message to let people know that joins the server not to build on points of interest. Okay, and then there's a map in my Discord in the general chat there. I pinned the map that you can just go look. That you can't place a flag down inside of any of those circles. Okay, you can still try and lock a door, like you used to do, but you can't place a flag inside of any of the circles. Anything outside the circles is bold everywhere. Okay. Then the Discord link, spawn probability. We've got vanilla loot guys with vanilla respawn settings. This is not going to be discussed. Like I would like it like at 0.8 or 0.7, but this is where we are, and I've shown on my pro series, this is a very, very good balance. Vehicle, max number of days vehicle despawns. We all would love it to be on 14 days. Okay, I would love it to be on 14 days so that I never worry about my vehicle, but unfortunately, I've gone through various tests, guys. I can admin the server, but when I find a vehicle in a bush and it hasn't got a lock on it, I don't know who the vehicle belongs to. Okay, so there's no way for me to police people hiding a bunch of vehicles in bushes. If he puts a lock on the vehicle, then I know the vehicle belongs to him. But if he doesn't put a lock on the vehicle, I don't know who the vehicle belongs to. And I can't just go around and deleting vehicles that are hidden in bushes, because it could be a new player's vehicle, okay, that hasn't built a base yet and that just wants to hide the vehicle and come play tomorrow. Okay, maybe he only has half an hour, an hour to play. So, he's hiding his vehicle in a bush. So 7 days, I would like it to be shorter, okay? But with everyone that can't play regularly, this is the best, okay? I've thought about this a very long time, guys. 7 days is the best. There's 80 vehicles on the server. I've removed the tractors, the wheelbarrows, and the stand-up paddle boards, because you can craft the stand-up paddle board, and every vehicle puts pressure on the server. So I've just kept, the vehicles that I know all of us wants to use. And so there's 80 vehicles. Every person can have a vehicle and a bike. So that ends up like 40 people, can have a vehicle and a bike before all of them are gone. That might sound rough. 40, that's like everyone on the server. No. More than 100 people plays on Survival Evolved at various times all over the world, okay? Because I created the server in Europe, almost everyone gets better ping than me, okay? So it's people playing all over the world at different time zones. So it's about 100 people or more, because the server is going to do very, very well according to me. Okay, so it's like 100 people, so only 40% of them can have a vehicle and a bike, okay? Unless not everyone wants to, if everyone just takes one vehicle, which is the dream, but will never happen, then it's just a good number, guys, and it's not much higher than official, okay? But again, it puts pressure on the server, so I've done a lot of research into this, and these are the perfect numbers for me. The server is built everywhere, okay, so that you guys have got complete freedom to take over a small town that hasn't got a police station in it, to take over any of those small farming settlements, to build on a gravel road if you want to build on a gravel road. You are not allowed to build on tar roads, but if you take over a town and you place the flag inside the center of the small little town that hasn't got a police station in it, or that isn't in one of the zones that I've showed you in the Discord, then the road, that falls inside of your flag area is yours, okay? So that's the only way you can build on a tar road, is whatever's in your flag area. If a tar road or a gravel road falls in that, you can build on that. And then mostly you can build on any gravel road. Okay. Usual rules here. I allow the crosshair. I don't like a crosshair, but I allow the crosshair because people can buy screens with a dot in the middle of their screen, and a lot of people put a dot in the middle of their screen. So I'm just putting us all on equal footing. Okay. Again, 5 max, no coma. If if you die, you die. Again, I don't want to allow the coma because it gives a clan of 5 attacking a solo player just way too much advantage. I'll put the voting off. If you guys want something done on the server, contact me in Discord, or I'm going to be on the server at least 4 hours a day, or more. So just talk to me. Mines, I have to allow mines, guys. Otherwise, we can't build any of the traps at our bases, okay, which isn't fun at all. So I allow the mines. It's vanilla loot. Are people going to plant stuff down? Sure, okay. But it's part of survival. It just adds, okay, to the survival element of the game. Hide kill notifications. No, I want to show kill notifications. I feel it adds a big fun factor to the game. Okay, and then kill claiming just to motivate those snipers, okay, that like camping to go and get those extra few fame points. Time between drops is half an hour to 90 minutes. I wanted to make it 60 minutes to 2 hours, but I know not all of you have a lot of time to play. So if you can at least play an hour to an hour and a half, I would like it if there's an event, while you guys playing, and it adds, just adds to more PvP action and clans running into each other and just fun. Okay. Okay, and then the price for respawning is default, but the time that you wait to respawn at your sector or shelter is 3 minutes. The reason for this is, again, if a solo player fights a clan of 5, I want him to know that when he kills someone, that player has to wait 3 minutes before he can respawn in the sector where they're fighting, and then he's probably going to take a minute or 2 minutes to get back to his body. So the solo player has two choices. He either rushes them, okay, as soon as he feels he's got an advantage or he starts feeling confident, he can use those 5 minutes to decide what he's going to do. Push them and make sure, not everyone can just come back to their bodies and keep fighting him, or retreat, okay, and get out of there. So yeah, just the time. 3 minutes is nothing, guys. If you die, and you want to respawn in the sector, go stretch your legs, go to the toilet, make yourself a snack, go give your wife a kiss and a hug, go look at what your children are doing. But most importantly, just stretch your legs, okay? Just stretch your legs and come back. Your body's going to stay there for 20 minutes. Don't worry, okay? Even if you're the slowest person in the world, you won't take longer than 10 minutes to run across the map. That still gives you 7 minutes play, okay? So don't worry about that. And then the cooldown time is, if you respawn in a sector, you have to survive for at least 10 minutes, okay, before you can respawn in the sector again. That is just going to safeguard a base builder from the raiders just respawning all the time, so that he's got about 10 minutes, to go loot them. Because if they can just constantly respawn, it's going to be very difficult for him to loot them and let them, give up the raid. And the same for the raider. If the raider kills the base owner, he wants to know that if he kills the base owner again, he's got 10 minutes, okay, to try and lockpick in peace and try and get into the base. So you'll see the sector and the shelter timers are the same, to put the solo player and the squad on, to make it more fair, with large clans attacking small groups. And then here at the cooldown timer, it's basically meant for raiding, okay? To give the raiders a fair chance and to give the base builder a fair chance, okay? That it's not just a spawn festival. Yeah, everything else is normal. Start time of day is 7 o'clock. in the morning. So when the server restarts, it will be 7 o'clock in the morning. The server restarts every 8 hours. So as soon as you experience a restart, write down the time, 8 hours after that and 8 hours after that, okay, is the other restarts, and that makes a 24-hour period. Nighttime darkness is default. Sunrise time is 6 o'clock in the morning in game. Sunset time is midnight. And that's because the time of day speed is 6 hours, which gives you 4 hours. So 6 goes into 24 real-time hours, 4 times. So that means we've got 3 hours of daytime, 1 hour of nighttime. The body simulation speed is, the default is 3.84. I just put it on 4. And then item decay, I don't know if default is 50% or 1, but I've tested this as well. I feel 10% is okay, it feels better for item decay damage multiplier. I just feel the items are getting damaged way too fast, when you think about it. And then the food isn't too bad, but some of the food is a little bit fast. So I put that at 0.2. So these are the server settings, guys. Again, in the Discord, I have got in the pinned, in general chat, in the pinned messages, I've got a map where I've drawn out the zones, okay? I wanted to create the zones with the zone tool, but they only allowed me to create 24 zones. Hopefully that will change in the future so that I don't, that people aren't confused, so that I don't give them the choice of putting down a flag where they're not allowed to put it down a flag. But for now, you guys need to use your common sense. And if you're not sure what I mean by the welcome message, where I tell you not to build in any of the zones or near any of the points of interest, then just go look at the map to make sure you're safe. And I am going to check the flag locations at the end of every day just to make sure. I don't want to know whose flags it is or whatever. I'm not going to look at all the flags. I'm just going to look at the points of interest. And if there's any flag that I see inside a point, inside a circle that is not supposed to be, I'm just going to delete it that day so that the base builder doesn't lose too much. Okay? Whatever he did that day, he's just going to lose a day's worth of work. Okay? And he can start tomorrow again. So that's it. Hope you guys have a great day. And tomorrow I'll be releasing day 1 of my Scum Survival Gameplay Day 1 series, which will be done on Survival Evolved, and the first episode of the Master Series. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that. And December is going to be an awesome month, guys. We had 50 players joining Survival Evolved today, like on the 1st of December, and then we were at a high point of 30 concurrent players, okay? So it's hot, the pan is hot, so come, run into the kitchen, okay? You want the server to be full, play on the server so that the server is full, okay? Don't be the guy waiting for other people to join the server. You join the server so that everything adds up, okay? One stick alone can be broken. A bunch of sticks are unbreakable. See you guys later. Cheers.